bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Well, we have an update on a story we brought you in April. You may recall that Freedom International Ministries was broken into and the church equipment as well as personal items stolen. Tonight, the story has taken on a new twist and the church is seeking to rehabilitate the offender. CNN has brought you the surveillance video of a young man breaking into Freedom International Ministries back in April. Shortly after the story aired, he was identified and his family took him to the church for reconciliation with head pastor Bishop Sobe Kemp.
It became a police matter when we reported it, and so it was out of my hands. So the young man had to face the judge, who requested a hearing from myself. And as a result of that hearing, they gave the judgment that the young man would be assigned to our church for special community work. And he was to report to us at our church on that Monday morning, that's Monday past, at 9 a.m. And so we're seeking to work along with him.
And if the young man does not show up for his community service at the church, the judge ordered that he spends up to 5 years in prison. But the bishop says they are willing and eager to help him turn it around.
I had an opportunity to speak with the judge and let her know that we're prepared to work along with the young man and try to rehabilitate in whatever way we can and try to assist him in obtaining and completing his high school education and maybe even pursuing a career of special interest.
The bishop says a special moment was also shared between his church family and the perpetrator and his family.
We showed forgiveness and acceptance of the family. We showed the love of Christ and invited them to be a part of the church family. And so we're now in that process of getting them acclimated and getting them assimilated, into the church family, with the hope of bringing restoration. The family is a good family, come from a Christian home. For some reason the young man has been misguided, and so he just needs some assistance.
Bishop Kemp says it is important for every household to have a home church, so when problems occur, they can have a support system. Now, all of the important documents taken from the church were all returned. In other news, Reach Out Ministry preparing to host its island-wide March Against Crime. This year, the Men United March is named in honor of a prominent educator. Megan Shepard fills us in.
The young and not so young are being encouraged to march and celebrate life while showing solidarity in the fight against crime this week Monday. Founder of the Reach Out Youth Organization, Dudley Sade, says the 6th annual Men United March and Family Day will honor 2 outstanding men in the community who are making a powerful impact.
Reverend Lindy Russell, who believe in the youths throughout the length and breadth of Grand Bahama, especially in the West. He takes a lot of pride in that. Mr. Emmerich Seymour, who is doing a terrific job here in Grand Bahama when it comes to crime and the fight against crime here on the island of Freeport.
This year, the march is being revamped and it is being renamed the Cecil Thompson Men United March. Patron Dr. Cecil Thompson says he is humbled by this honor and calling all young people to take part.
I'd just like to make a special appeal to principals, vice principals, teachers, and parents to make sure that your children, your sons and daughters, are assembled at the various designation in the West at Mount Zion, in Freeport, at the parking lot of Christ the King, or if you want to go directly to the cricket club. We want to make this one the biggest and the best.
Said says this march is a message that crime, especially murder, must come to an end.
What we decide this year is to have families come out, victim of crime. We ask them to bring their placards. Anyone who has family have been murdered, or anyone family who has lost a loved one, to wear their pins, wear their shirts, as we march against crime here on the island of Grand Bahama. It's going to be an awesome event. The march starts at 11 a.m. at the Locayan Cricket Club.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Cancer patients, caregivers, and support groups attending the annual Cancer Association seminar. Various forms of the disease were discussed by international and Bahamian oncologists, including breast cancer, liver and pancreatic cancer, prostate cancer, and cervical cancer. Dr. Nancy Taft, the medical director of a comprehensive breast care program in Jupiter, told the attendees that breast cancer is not what it used to be.
Support people in other parts of the world, all over the world. It may be some service lines that are not available to them in their local area. So at Jupiter, we have a clinic where you can come in, we'll have all your imaging and everything up front, we'll plan for you when you arrive. You can see all the same doctors one visit and you can leave with the treatment plan. So some of the patients want to have all their treatment at Jupiter and some they don't want to have any, but at least they have some choices and some recommendations. A lot of times when women get a breast cancer diagnosis, they are worried that number one, they're going to die, or number two, they're going to be disfigured. And so I'm here today to show examples and information to show them that that's not true.
Bahamian radiation oncologist Dr. Margot Munro made a presentation on cervical cancer.
The patients that are in Grand Bahama actually patronize the cancer care available in Nassau. The idea really is to give patients and their relatives and concerned members of the Grand Bahamian community an idea of what different types of cancers are and present it to them in a way that's easy for them to understand. More and more individuals are becoming aware of cancer and how it's affecting them either directly or family members and friends. And so it's a clear indication that individuals have a desire to learn more, and hopefully that's going to be translated in better screening, earlier diagnosis, and therefore the outcomes that we would love.
And now it is time to ask the doctor.
Hi and welcome. Carmen emailed this question. About 1 week ago, a family member was affected with the scabies rash from school. Is it a blood or skin disorder? What is the best treatment for it? And will the skin scar from the rash? Carmen, thank you for your question. Scabies is an itchy skin condition caused by a tiny burrowing mite called Sarcoptes scabii. It is contagious and it can spread quickly through close physical contact of a family member, child care group, school class, nursing home, or prison. Because of the contagious nature, doctors often recommend treatment for the entire family or contact groups. Scabies causes itching, which is often severe and usually worse at night. Thin, irregular burrow tracts make up tiny blisters or bumps can form on your skin. The burrows or tracts typically appear in skin folds. Though almost any part of your body may be involved, in adults and older children, scabies is most often found between fingers in the armpits, around your waist, along the insides of your wrists, on your inner elbows and knees, on the soles of your feet, around the breast or the male genital area, and on the buttocks. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Stay with us. Ricardo Liborn has a check on sports when we return.